Whoever said that the best things in life come in small packages must have been talking about Cape Town. Despite its huge historical significance and cultural diversity, it is, as cities go, tiny. Yet either in it or just outside it, you'll find everything the human heart and soul could desire. Cape Town has a thriving film industry. That's because there are locations around the city that look just like New York, or the Bahamas, or New Orleans, or the south of France, or the Scottish Highlands. Busy streets, quaint cobbled ones, gorgeous beaches, mountains, forests and vineyards. They're all here. As are so many other things. So let's start with Cape Town's most famous landmark, Table Mountain. You can apparently walk to the summit, but why bother when there's a perfectly good cable car? Once you get to the top and walk around, you can't help but feel calm, serene, and at one with the world. This really is one of those deeply spiritual places on Earth, and I speak as one of the most deeply unspiritual people on Earth. You can gaze down at Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela and countless others were imprisoned. It's now a museum. If you can spare 3.5 hours, take the ferry over from the Victoria and Albert Dock and do the full tour. You won't regret it. It's fascinating, and a trip to Cape Town would seem incomplete without it. Now, some rather more hospitable places to stay. My favorite hotel in Cape Town, and probably in the whole world, is the Mount Nelson. This majestic old colonial palace is the best of both hemispheres. Beautiful old English country house in a perfect South African climate. For more than 100 years, this place has provided hospitality on a grand scale. Not cheap, far from it, but it's worth staying here just to experience the wonderfully lavish afternoon tea. Equally stylish but small and hip is the Cape Heritage. This beautifully restored townhouse is right in the center of the city, but so beautifully secluded you'd never know it. For a more minimalist experience, try the Hippo Boutique Hotel. Again, right in the city center. This is stripped-down hotel living at its best. No restaurant, no bar, no gym, no spa. Just sleeker than sleek rooms with a fridge, a microwave, and a state-of-the-art computer and entertainment system. If you're on a tighter budget, the Extreme Hotel Cape Town is great. It's cheap and extremely cheerful, especially since its revamp. A haven for extreme sports enthusiasts from the world over. The rooms are well designed, the staff are always friendly, and there's even a climbing wall set into the side of the hotel. Its location is every bit as good as more expensive hotels in the area. A shining example of how all 3-star hotels should be. Good restaurants are everywhere in Cape Town, and Nelson's Eye is an institution. Never mind the grim name and the non-ironic orange and brown 70s interior, this place probably serves the best steak and chips in the world. The seafood is excellent too. If it's fish you want, head for the Codfather in Camps Bay. Excruciating pun of a name, but the seafood and sushi are sublime. If you like your fish served with magnificent views of the ocean from which they came, you have a choice of two: Harbour House and Polana. Owned by the same people and situated above and below each other in Cork Bay, they offer a variation on a fishy theme. With the freshest fish coming straight from the boats in the harbour below, the Polana serves food with a fiery Portuguese and Mozambican twist, while Harbour House sticks to the basics. Hard to say which is better. You'll just have to try them both. And if you still can't make up your mind, try them both again. And again. And again. On the Rocks, as the name suggests, is on the rocks and offers picture postcard views of Robben Island and Table Mountain. Perfect for a sundowner. It also offers exquisite Mediterranean cuisine. But for something more casual, you can't beat Blue Peter. Rather than the restaurant upstairs, enjoy a pizza or fish and chips at the wooden tables overlooking the beach at sundown. Shoes off with a cold beer. Life doesn't get much better than this. Talking of beaches, in Cape Town you are never far from one. My favourites, and I suppose everyone else's, are Camps Bay, Llandudno, and the 4 Clifton beaches. They haven't been over-commercialised and there's just enough going on to make you feel good. I have a soft spot though for Glen Beach. Not quite as glamorous as the others, but friendly and unpretentious. Same amount of sea and sand, so what more could you want? For some easily accessible wildlife, you don't have to go too far. Boulders Beach is only about half an hour's drive from Cape Town, and its local star residents, the African penguins, are always on hand to say hello. They arrived one day in the mid-80s and have been here ever since. Must be something to do with the weather. Let's stay at the waterfront for a moment. The Victoria and Albert Dock is that rare thing, a fairly recent waterside development that hasn't turned into a tourist trap. Maybe because it's still a working harbour where you can watch real fishing boats heading out to sea. There are shops, bars and restaurants, and live jazz right there on the street. And there's even a colony of seals that has taken up residence by the big boats. So, the V&A Dock has a lovely, relaxed vibe. I think you might enjoy it. I suppose you might want a drink, and Cape Town has some great bars. One of the best is Planet, which is inside the Mount Nelson Hotel. Unlike the Grand Old Hotel, this bar is chic, sexy, and very, very now. There's no better place to start a night out. with the exception maybe of the Bascule Bar at the Cape Grace Hotel. Boasting the biggest selection of whiskey in southern Africa, the Bascule is the perfect place to view Table Mountain and the clouds rolling gently down its sides. Weather permitting, of course. For beautiful people, check out the Olympia Cafe and Deli. Beautiful food too. You'll have to queue for Sunday brunch here because they don't take bookings, but believe me, it's worth it. Clubs are widespread and varied, with every musical taste catered for, from hip-hop to deep house and trance. One of the best kept secrets is Deluxe, which tends to move venues. The last time we knew, it was just off Bree Street, central downtown. And of course, one of the best things you can do in Cape Town is to get out of Cape Town. Hire a car and head for the wine regions around Franschhoek and Stellenbosch. The views of the vineyards are stunning, and the restaurants, if anything, are even better than the ones in Cape Town. Both towns are dotted with little shops selling proper African artifacts. This is the place to get them. And if you are planning an overnight stay in the Cape Winelands, many of the vineyards have now developed some first-class accommodation to match the wines. One of the best can be found at Mont Rochelle, an elegant thatched villa set on the hills overlooking the upper Franschhoek Valley. It offers stunning views, 22 well-appointed rooms in colonial style, and some delicious a la carte dining. If you have time, take a day trip out to Hermanus. The time to come to this lovely laid-back seaside town is during the whaling season in September. Hermanus is the only town in the world that employs a whale crier and offers you the best chance you'll ever get of seeing the biggest, most magnificent creatures in the world. Even if you don't come for the whales, come for the sunny, unspoilt majesty of Grotto Beach. You'll have the time of your life in and around Cape Town. The only problem is you will discover 101 things that you didn't have time to do. Luckily, there's always next time.